You know, this is all really intense, but I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm really sorry about this.
This is the kind of movie that you want to see in a movie theater. I'm obsessed with seeing movies in movie theaters. Fuck iPhones and whatever, right? So for each of you, do you have a favorite movie theater that you love to see movies at?
I love the Los Feliz Theater. I really do. And I like the Vista too now that it's reopened and back. I remember I saw like Zone of Interest there. That was my first movie at the Vista actually. And the sound design and everything was incredible. But those are just like nice, comfortable favorites, staples. The New Art as well.
The New Beverly Center, is that still? New Beverly?
Oh, New Beverly, yeah.
Yeah, New Beverly's great.
There?
Yeah.
I seen Bullet there. That was amazing. And
Saw Brutalist there. It was
they
incredible.
play everything like on the 35s, the originals. So, yeah.
Right now, I want to say the IMAX on Del Rey. That one, I love going there. Just IMAX is.
Hi, it's my favorite format.
It's pretty incredible.
It's amazing.
But I gotta give a shout out to the original Cineplex in Scarborough back home.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Theater.
I grew up in Texas, so there were theaters in Austin, the Draft Houses starting out, the Paramount Theater. Now I live in Orlando. There's like a Regal RPX down the street from me, and it sounds incredible. So yeah, those are the vibes.
I'm just going to say, if you are in LA and you want to see, and you can't see, the IMAX theater at the AMC Burbank 16 is also really, really good.
Oh, I think
okay.
I have. Yeah, I've been there. It's great.
I'm going to recommend that
That
one.
one's great.
Huge. It's a fantastic
Yeah.
screen. James Cameron, not to name drop, said that was his favorite, like digital IMAX theater.
To show the new Avatar or just in general?
No, like just in general, he loves it. But if you're seeing something in like film, I mean, maybe a different place. But anyway,
Right.
so I'm wearing my Kubrick shirt. The last time I did this was interviewing Ridley Scott and Denzel. For each of you, do you have a favorite Stanley Kubrick film?
I remember Denzel gave a
Yeah.
great answer to
I think Clockwork too.
I feel like Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon's amazing.
Barry Lyndon.
For me.
God, that's an evil question.
It actually
He has
is.
so many
I'm gonna say Full Metal
masterpieces.
Especially when he's staring
I
at
love
you.
that.
Full Metal Jacket. I think that's The
Clockwork
Shining
was
on
the
your
most
shirt,
like
right?
influential to me.
Yeah,
like we were
same.
talking, like when I saw Clockwork at a young age, it literally blew my mind and opened up what cinema could be.
Yeah.
But Clockwork 2001, The Shining.
I mean, that's a hard.
I mean, greatest Christmas movie ever, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Great.
Literally. I'm sorry. Yes.
I would listen. I'm going to say maybe Die Hard could be higher as a Christmas movie, but
Oh, I thought you said a Kubrick movie.
but as far
Love to
as
see
you know what
Kubrick's
I
Die
mean.
Hard.
I would have loved to seen his AI, right? He was working on AI
Yeah.
before Spielberg did it.
Yeah.
that would've been great.
100%. All right, let me jump into the actual why I get to talk to you guys. So Jenna, this is for you. You said something I shot with for this movie.
Right.
Something I shot with Barry remains one of my favorite days on set. We just put a lot of trust in each
said
other.
that?
Yeah, I did.
And he is just
Thanks for
incredible.
reading it to him.
No, read it. Keep going.
Oh.
Can you send me that? Right. Can you send me that?
Yes, I can.
Nice.
Something I shot with Barry remains one of my favorite days on set. We just put a lot of trust. We put a lot of trust in each other, and he's just incredible to play off of. What scene was this?
Wait,
Just
have
don't
you seen
spoil.
it? Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how
One scene that we don't do.
Yeah, it's pretty much the one where we actually interact, and
Yeah,
it's.
don't spoil
scene they
it.
All
call
I'm gonna say is it's in the hotel room, and it's
They have a
quite
pinnacle scene
urgent
together.
and
It's intense.
Yeah, it's very intense, and it. On paper, I think you read something like that, and you're very
Yeah.
curious about the way that it's going to be shot. You don't know other people's comfortability, but you're very spontaneous. You like to play.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like I don't know. You're just
wolf?
very unknown.
A wolf,
yes.
right? She said a wolf.
Ah, yes, I
Can
said
you
a
put that
wolf.
in there as well?
I said a big, huge wolf, and like just.
I'm gonna touch on that as well. Just before he came in, I was saying, as soon as I seen the movie, one of the first things I said was, I wish I had more days, because we only shot together for one day. And was that the last day with me?
I think
With
that
you,
was
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I was hoping to do more with Jenna, so it kind of goes back to that.
And when people see the movie, they'll know what scene it is. It's
Yeah.
like they're one pinnacle scene together. So.
So I have a question for the two of you. I'm obsessed with the editing process, and I talk about editing with every director, and I'm so curious about this one because music and the visuals play. I mean, it's like it has to be a perfect marriage.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what was the editing process like for the two of you, and how did the film change in the editing room in ways you both didn't expect?
Good question. I mean, from my perspective, it was extremely smooth, especially with music, because he had sent me a bunch of demos and stuff even before we shot, which could kind of be, are they songs, are they score, who knows, like be inspired. And
References.
yeah, exactly. And I would add stuff in the edit. And I mean, honestly, the movie editorially didn't change that drastically. Like from the first cut to the last, we cut like 30 minutes out, just trimming it up and tightening it up.
But I will say Johnny Byrne was a big
our
help.
sound designer
Yeah.
was huge with everything.
Huge, because we were doing a lot of changes for post with the music, with score. I was like writing music on set. Like the music felt like it was another character in the film.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it was like we were giving notes to the music. We were trying to, adjust it to the scene. So it wasn't too much of a nightmare, but I think the music was probably the longest process out of everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Scoring a picture, for sure.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. There is a scene in the film where you're backstage getting ready to go on stage. You're pumping up like
Like a wolf.
Exactly. So I'm curious, like, and then you're filming on stage. Like, how much is that? I know you're playing like a version of yourself, but how much is that like exactly the way it is, and how much is that like just fictitious? Like we're just filming a movie.
Well, I will say that it isn't that too lonely back there. I mean, there are moments right before I go on stage where I like to be by myself and just kind of be in my own head for a bit. But I think we really wanted to amp up the abandonment in the opening, so we kept it as, like, for example, I'm not doing vocal warm-ups by myself. I'm doing that with a teacher, But I think the environment was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I think we rebuilt the entire backstage.
We kind of modeled the green rooms in the backstage after his real stuff.
We did it at the Rose Bowl as well,
and
too. So it was at
everything
the stadium.
you're doing in there, you kind of do more or less. I wouldn't say it's that compressed, like right before you go to stage like that. I don't know, but
It's always different in real life, but yeah, it wasn't.
Last thing for you guys, your DP. Hold on, I want to read this if you don't mind. Chase, I believe it's Chase.
Okay.
Said, "Hurry Up Tomorrow isn't interested in spelling things out or tidying things up. It's built to provoke reflection, to hold ambiguity without getting lost in it, and to explore quiet collapse of identity."
beautiful.
Wow.
Chase,
I thought
I
it was a
appreciate
Chase
it.
King's use that as well.
Right, yes,
Use
I
that
can.
going forward.
So I
That's
thought it was a great quote, but
It's a great talking point right there.
right. But could each of you like sort of touch on that the film isn't looking to like spell everything out and sort of let the audience pull things away from it?
Well, my favorite thing about the original idea or going into it, we wanted to really feel subjective from the jump.
Yeah,
the whole like
absolutely.
gotcha moment of it being like subjective or is it real or is it not, we wanted to dead that at the beginning. So it's gonna feel experimental.
For sure. And it's designed, like, I love movies that have an openness about them that, everything's not tied up in a beautiful bow, and hopefully your relationship to them can change over the years. Like, what you take from it, if they're open enough, you can have your own interpretations and you can change your relationship with that movie. So everything I try to do is designed that way, but especially this movie, I think we have a very clear of our own interpretation of what the movie's about, what it's saying, where it's going, but there's no correct answer to me. Like, I think everyone can draw their own conclusion, ideally,
I don't know if you guys want to add anything.
I mean, that pretty much sums it up, but I think the whole point of, my favorite movies are the ones that create conversation, and I think that this is one of those films that does that. And also just invokes a very specific feeling that is somewhat relatable, even if you haven't experienced anything like it yourself. I don't know, it's got this kind of like just universal feeling, so I just keep saying it's a feeling. It's more about the tone and the environment, and obviously what everyone takes from that is going to be different and personal and to them.
Yeah, definitely conversation after, for sure.
Hope so.
I agree.
So
Yeah,
cool.
Barry talks a little too much. It's a real problem. I got to go. But it looks fantastic. I'm glad you shot in 35.